Welcome everybody to This Is a Shoot. The acclaimed Max Castos has made headlines for his rap made on August 3rd on AEW Dark. It was pulled down. Now I was able to find the video on YouTube still of the actual rap for those of you who are still wanting to hear it or see what was actually said. And I break down the day. I'm breaking it down. I'm breaking down my thoughts on the situation. I got a quote from Tony Kahn when he was on Busted Open Radio, the podcast, and all that and more coming up here on the show. As always, if you like the video, you like my content, hit the like button and hit that subscribe button if you're feeling risky. There really ain't no risk involved because it's absolutely free and you get up-to-date videos of any time I drop them. As always, I got my notes right here. We're going to be breaking down what was said, and boy, let me tell you what, there was a lot. There was a lot to break down in this and digest. So here's what happened. I wrote down some of the lines in the rap. You claim mental health like Simone Biles. I'm gonna treat those blanks like Duke Lacrosse. Those dudes are faker than a PCR test. Now that ain't really how the rap went. I didn't write down every single thing. It's kind of hard to catch every little thing, but the main points of what got them in trouble is Simone Biles from the Olympics in Tokyo claiming mental health. The Duke Lacrosse 2006 rape cases, which was found that the lacrosse team, was found innocent, and he's also calling out the validity of rapid COVID-19 tests. All three of those are big no-nos of any time that you should ever be talking about. One, mental health. You don't know what someone's going through. They may seem fine on the outside. You can sit there and have your own opinions of them. Whatever, that's fine. Keep them to yourself, though. You don't go in now and accuse someone or put that in there of your rap of someone's mental health, because you don't know what someone's going through. All of us have struggled with something. All of us have battled something. All of us have went through hardships that nobody's ever going to understand but you and those who involved or who may not have been involved. And if you're not involved in something like that, then you need to keep your mouth shut about it. Now, the Duke Lacrosse rape cases, though that the case was found to be innocent, you don't bring rape into any type of situation either. You also don't bring in the COVID-19 stuff, because a lot of people have suffered from COVID-19. A lot of people have died from COVID-19. I don't care what your opinions are, your political views of it, whatever. Like I said, that stuff, there's some things that you just got to keep to yourself. But these are the situations that you run into when you guarantee freedom on your show, which AEW does. A lot of wrestlers that came out, Chris Jericho, Paul White, Frankie Kazarian. A lot of WWE wrestlers, Miro, have come out and said, we enjoy the freedom that we have on AEW to say what we want and to kind of do what we want, to sink or swim. This is the moment where these guys have sank. But I got a quote from Tony Kahn. And this is really what drives me at the wall. I'm going to read this quote here in a second. I'm going to break down because there's a lot. But there's some key things that I think needs to be brung up about this. And Tony Khan's not innocent in this whole situation. He's acting like he's innocent, but he's not innocent, folks. And I'm going to break that down for you. I'm going to tell you why he's not innocent. Now, I quote Tony Kahn. I quote Tony Khan's from Busted Open podcast. Last night on Dark, Max Caster's rap was terrible. I was not out there when he did it. It was not during Dynamite. I was out back when Max had said this rap. I had not heard it until last night. Truthfully, in the editing process, it should have been caught. We deleted the episode and reposted it with that edited out, but it shouldn't have aired. I put such tight controls on Dynamite. seeing how you have all this freedom on Dynamite. If you guys don't believe me, look up what Chris Jericho says about the freedom that they have on Dynamite. Look up what anybody says about the freedom they have on AEW to say what they want. Yes, they have bullet points, but they have the freedom to say what they want. It's a trust thing. I continue, quote continued. We deleted the episode and posted it with that edited out, but it shouldn't have aired. I put such tight controls on Dynamite, and this never would have happened. There, Max, his raps. I've always gone over them with him, and frankly, every segment on Dynamite. I don't script or write wrestlers' promos, but the bullet points I give, in this case, it shouldn't have happened. And going forward, I will be taking over the editing of Dark and Dark Evolution myself. It's unfortunate that it has came to that. End of quote. Whoo! Talk about blame. Tony Kahn. He blames the claim. He blames Matt Caster. He blames the production team on the editing process. Tony Kahn, I was nowhere around. Nowhere there. Oh, Mr. Kahn, I've heard many times that you are hands-on. You are there. You trust your employees. You give them the bullet points, but you give them the freedom. And I can tell you this, that the Acclaimed... I cannot remember the other man's name of the tag team, and I apologize. I didn't write it down. He was on Busted Open, and he has even admitted that Tony Khan goes over the raps, and Tony Khan admits, oh, he goes over all of our raps. But it's funny that now all of a sudden, he didn't go over this rap with Max Caster and them. And it don't seem like that they're going to go out there and do this rap if it's not going to be okayed by Tony Khan. I'm sure there have been instances where this has happened, but it's awfully funny now that Tony Khan's putting the blame on everybody else, but he's not taking any responsibility of what happened. A matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, a matter of fact, folks, he's coming in, I'm taking over. And it's unfortunate that it has to happen. Like he's some sort of hero. All he's done now, the next time that something like this happens, the next time that somebody says something they shouldn't say, now he can't say that he don't have any blame in this, that he don't have any blame in the situation. Oh no, because now he's saying, I'm taking complete control. I'm coming in. I'm going to be the hero that saves the day. Until a situation like this happens again. And then all eyes going to be on you, Mr. Kahn, because now we know that you took over. I'm not saying that Max Caster's not to blame. Because he is. He did say the words. He did do the rap. That's on him. And I'm not saying the production team isn't to blame. That's on them. They should have caught it. If they felt like it shouldn't have been aired, it shouldn't have been aired. But something tells me, folks, now this is my opinion. I gave you the facts. I've already read it out there. These are the facts. My opinion is, the Acclaimed never got in trouble for what they said about being on Jon Moxley's wife's show, podcast. Go look it up. The Acclaimed's raps have all been edgy. They say edgy things, but no one's made an uproar about it. But they hit on some sensitive subjects here, most so. The lacrosse thing probably never would have got brought up if it wasn't for Simone Biles being so recent and bringing up COVID-19 testing. You're hitting on a lot of sensitive subjects here. A lot of sensitive subjects that is going to get an uproar. So there's a lot of anger from these raps. So now AEW gets a bad reputation. Now, this is what's going to happen to AEW now that they are getting more eyes on the product. They're gaining momentum. They're getting eyes on the product. So a lot of bigger eyes are going to be on AEW. They need to be aware of what they do. Now, say what you will about WWE and their micromanagement. They understand how the system works. They understand how, what, and when to say things. That's how they've grown to be as big and as large as they are. In the marketing standpoint, AEW's got to learn that. It's a learning curve for everybody. It's a learning curve for Max Caster. It's a learning curve for AEW's production team, and it's a learning curve for Tony Khan. My suggestion is that Tony Khan looks at himself and takes some blame instead of distancing himself completely away from it. He's pretty much not shown any support to Caster. He's pretty much thrown everybody under the bus but himself. That's what I'm angry about, more than anything else. Now, Max Caster did get suspended for 2 months, no pay. And he's going to take sensitivity classes. I agree with that verdict. Sammy Guevara had the same incident back when he made a quote about Sasha Banks and raping Sasha Banks, a rape quote on Twitter. There, about a year ago, he was suspended without pay. These are the things that should happen. They're more the proper steps. You do gotta make an example out of Max Caster. It's unfortunate, but it has to be done. He does need to face some sort of consequences. But like I said, I'm more upset now at the fact that Tony Khan's not taking blame for himself. That's a little bit of a concerning issue for me. A little bit of maybe immaturity. They don't want to take any responsibility at all. I'm not saying he has to come out there and say, yeah, I went over it or I did this, but he needs to say, I should have caught it. I should have been now. I should have been in now. Instead of saying, I wasn't even there. Hey, it's not on me. I wasn't there. I'm innocent in this case. Not really, you're the owner. Either way, guys, tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like the video, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Thank you all for tuning in. I know this was a sensitive video, a sensitive subject. Believe me, I agree with his punishment. Believe me, it should never have been said. That all being said, thank you all, and catch you guys on the flippity flip.